Hey, I'm Kathleen Jasper, and today I have some tips for the Desmos calculator. I highly recommend that you get comfortable with this calculator for test day. It is the online calculator, graphing calculator that the SAT provides you, and I am telling you, it will save you so much time. And even on questions that you completely do not understand, you put them in the Desmos calculator and you can sort of narrow down your answer choices. So I highly recommend getting to know this calculator. You certainly do not have to be an expert. I'm going to show you some tricks next. Let's get started. All right, so in my online course, I have a total comprehensive Desmos calculator training. I show you all the different types of questions you will get on the SAT and how to use them in Desmos. But today I just want to show you, like, even if you don't understand the Desmos calculator completely, and maybe you don't even understand some of these complex math questions, you can use Desmos and it will help you. Now, I always say on test day, you want to bring a handheld approved graphing calculator with you. I like having a handheld to do some quick calculations, but you also want to be using that Desmos on-screen calculator. Let's hop over to my presentation so I can show you what I mean. All right, so I'm going to do two questions today, and they are from the SAT released test that they provide you online. College Board is awesome. There are like 9 different tests that they give you that you can use to practice with, and I highly recommend using my strategies and getting these practice tests and going through that. I will link up where you can get these practice tests on the College Board website so you can use them on your own. But I want to show you, some harder questions. As you get towards the end of the test, you will see harder questions. Now, your test is digital. You will not have paper tests, and there will only be 24 questions on the math for the digital SAT. On the paper, they give you more because it's more of a linear score rather than a dynamic or adaptive testing score, which you don't need to worry about that. Just know that on test day, when you're taking the digital SAT, you will only have 24 questions for the math. But on their practice test, you get a few more questions. I believe you get 27. Yes, you do. All right, but we're going to do number 24 really quickly. I'm also going to go over 25. Now, let's say you get a question like this, where you have a table and you're like, oh God, and doing this by hand is going to take forever. There is a hand way. You can, find the slope and then figure out the y-intercept and then move it down 5 and all of this, or you can just use the Desmos calculator. So really quickly, I always like to work backwards. I can see I have a table here. I can see all of my answer choices are negative and they're in fraction form. This is classic SAT move. And I have this here. Line K is the result of translating the line H down 5 units. So we have a line and then we're going to move it down 5 units on the y-intercept. Remember, when we're talking about this, we're talking about, let's just go here. Y equals mx plus b. That is your slope-intercept form there. And b is the y-intercept, where the line hits the y-intercept. And if you move it down 5, you're subtracting 5 from b, all right? But let's just say on test day, I have a brain fog and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Well, I see a table. The first thing I want to do is I want to hit this plus sign and add a table and start to put the values in for the table. So I'm going to go 18, and you can use the tab button on SAT on the Desmos calculator, and it'll bring you right over to the next space to put your numbers in. 130, tab again, it'll take you down to the next line. The tab saves you time rather than moving the mouse around. So you have 23, tab 160, tab 26, tab 178. Now, whenever you're dealing with a table on the SAT, you want to click this little add regression here. You see it's like a line with some dots on it. Click that. All right, tab that and you get a line. And you can see that the equation of the line is here. Y equals 6x plus 22. Well, remember, it says translating line H down 5 units. So we're moving the line down on the y-intercept here. So what we want to do is subtract 5 from the 22. And when we do, and I'm just going to take this and go y equals 6x plus, what's 22 minus 5? 17. Oh, notice I have another line here. Now I'm going to zoom in so I can get some space between these lines. And notice my new line is in green. So this blue line is going to be line H. That's the original line. And the green line now is line K, which is the result of moving it down 5. Now, wherever there are dots on these lines, you want to look at the dot, okay? And you can see I have a negative number and then comma 0. This is giving us the x-intercept here, right? And that's what this is asking. What's the x-intercept? Now, this is tricky. Desmos is giving it to you in a decimal. Meanwhile, all of our answer choices are in fraction form. Now, you can see that all of them are negative. If we had a couple of positive numbers here, we could immediately eliminate them because the x-intercept on my Desmos line K, green line, is negative 2.83. But they didn't give us any leeway there. So we have to work them all out. So I need an answer choice here. And because they're all negative and my answer here is negative, let's just focus on the number 2.8333, right? So let's just go through our answer choices. And this is where the handheld's going to help you. Also, your times tables are going to help you here. If I have 26 divided by 3, that's going to be 8 point something something, right? Because 24 divided by 3 is 8. So 26 divided by 3 is 8 point something something, right? So that's too big. Let's go here. 9 divided by 2, that's 4 point something something. It's actually 4.5, right? That's 2. I need it to be 2.83, okay? 11 divided by 3, that's 3 point something something, right? Let's see, 17 divided by 6. Well, 17 divided by 6 is 2.8333. And we have that negative sign there, so it's negative 2.8333. So the answer is D. And notice, if you did this by hand, it would take you forever. Now, I'm talking you through this, but quickly, whenever you see a table, throw it into Desmos. Grab that plus sign, hit that table, put in your things here, and then hit that regression. When you do, you'll get a line. You always want to look at that narrative underneath, and it's going to say translating the line down 5 units. I know I have to subtract 5 from B here, which is 22. That gives me 17. I got 2 lines. Always pay attention to the dots on the lines they give you. That's usually the answer. And there it is. D is the answer. So use that. Now let's have a look at number 25. Let me go ahead and clear out of here. Now you can see here I have a quadratic. And you might be like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And all my answer choices are in fraction. One is in just a negative number. Let's have a look here. Let's type it in. Y equals negative x squared. What do we have? Plus 9x minus 100. All right, let's zoom out here and see. Oh, I see my parabola. Sometimes you have to zoom out. But you can see I have my parabola and the vertex. Now, whenever you're dealing with a parabola, 9 times out of 10, we're looking for the vertex, okay? Now, it says it intersects the line y equals c at exactly 1 point. When you intersect a line at exactly 1 point, it's the vertex. Because if I drew a line here, it would hit it just right here at that very, very top point on the parabola. If I drew a line here or here, it would hit in 2 spots. It would hit here and here. It would hit here and here. It's definitely not going to be at negative 100 because if I drew a line, it would hit it at negative 100 here and negative 0, negative 100 there. So we want to make sure that we're dealing with the vertex. And 9 times out of 10, you are dealing with the vertex. And it's asking, what is the value of C? Well, y equals C. What is y? The y in the ordered pair. So we're not looking at 4.5, we're looking at negative 79.75. Now let's do the same thing we did before. 481 divided by 4, I think is going to be too big. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's 120.25, negative 120.25, too big. I need it to be negative 79.75, okay? Negative 100 is out. Let's have a look at C. 319 divided by 4. I'm using my handheld here. 79.75 negative, because it's a negative here. Does it match the y here? Yes, it does. C is my answer. Now be careful. You have negative 9 over 2 here, which is negative 4.5, which is our x here. But notice it's 4.5, and this is negative 4.5. So be careful. They're going to sometimes anticipate your mistakes where you're kind of looking at the X and forget the negative and you might hit D. Go with C. It's saying y equals C. What is the value of C? C equals Y. What is Y? Y is the Y in the ordered pair, negative 79.5, which is C because negative 319 divided by 4 is negative 79.75. And that is your answer. All right. So those are just some quick tips with the Desmos calculator. Remember, I have much longer tutorials on Desmos and SAT as a whole on my website. Link is in the description below. That's kmjlearning.com. desmostraining.com. But of course, I'm always sharing free tips here. Remember, one more thing, Desmos calculator, of course, all day, every day, but handheld for those quick calculations you need to make on the SAT math so you can have your Desmos open and working through your math here. That's how I like to do things. Maybe you're different, but it is a hack that I want to share with you. I wish you luck on your SAT. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and have a great day. If you'd like to learn more about our SAT prep, just head over to KathleenJasper.com under online courses, college prep resources, and then SAT prep. You can see that our full SAT prep online course is here with the description and some screenshots, but let me show you what it actually looks like. So once you gain access, you will see all of the content over here in the left-hand menu, and you can see it's a very robust course. You will need a couple of weeks to get through all of this. It comes with a full practice test and accompanying videos to explain every single question in the reading and writing and the math. And it also comes with the Desmos calculator training, which is essential to increase your math score. This is a very powerful tool that you have access to on the SAT, and I teach you how to use it to maximize your success. So if you're interested in this course, head over to KathleenJasper.com.